Okay, we are now at the main page of my AWS account. So over here on the search bar, you can first search for IAM service and click on it. And you will see here in the IAM dashboard, it will list down all the current resources. You will see I have one group, user groups, 3 users, 10 roles, 3 policies, and 0 identity providers. So now I'm going to create show you how to create a user. So by clicking user here, you can then click create user. So I'll say demo user number 1. And then for this user, I want to provide the access to the AWS Management Console. So I will just click on it, and then I want to create an IAM user. So you have the option to auto-generate the password, or you can do a custom password. And also you can specify if the user need to create a new password at the next sign in. So for this use case, I will just disable this and then just give them example password and next. So here you can see you will need to set the permission for this user. So what this user can do with its AWS console. So you can either add this user to a group, which that user can inherit every policies or permission from the group, or you can copy permission from other groups or attach policy directly. So you can see here I have already a user group here, which is called developers. Attach policies is the S3 read-only access, but I'm going to do attach policies directly. So when you click on this, you will see you will be able to choose from the 1000 plus permission. So for example, if I want to have the read permission for S3 service, then I can search in the search bar and you will be able to attach the policy, for example, like this. However, I'm going to start with a 0 policy, like to demonstrate the least privilege principle. So you can go to next. You need to review before you create the user. Here it has no permission at all. So let's create the user, and you will see it will provide a sign-in URL, which I'm not going to do it on the same browser. I'm going to do it in Firefox. So I can sign in 2 different user at the same time. Okay, now I've copied everything, the username and the password into this URL in Firefox browser, and I'll try to sign in. Okay, I'm going to save this one. So you will see here if I try to access, for example, S3, and try to view what buckets is in the S3 bucket, you will see I don't have the permission to do so. So if I, for example, duplicate this, and then if I use this, my current user, to view S3 buckets, you will see I have the permission to view them. So how do I give permission to this user to access to list the buckets? I can go here, go to user, select that particular user, just put this in. So over here on the permission policies, you can click on add permission, and then just attach policy directly. So I want the S3 read only. So click on next, add permission. So here it shows 1 policy added. So what I can do here is to refresh the buckets, and there we go, using another user. So the different one, this is a different one, this is my user, this is the demo user, and by adding the permission I can now view the S3 buckets. Okay, right, so if I remove the policy, and within seconds, if you refresh, you will see it will straight away control limit the access of this user again. So you can see it's quite flexible, and it can goes very low level to control all the access for each user. So let's see how we can add a user into a new group. So let's see how we can create a user group first. So let's navigate to user group, click on create group, call it developers, dev groups, and then straight away you can already pick which user you want to add to the group. So I'm going to add this demo user 1, which currently has no permission at all, and then straight away I can put the for example, again, the S3 read policies. So if you click on this expand button, you will be able to see all this policy in the JSON format, which I already showed you in the presentation. So in this statement, it basically shows you what kind of actions are allowed by having this S3 read only policy. Okay, so here we will just pick that, and then we will create a new group. So if you click on the group, you will see I have this user, and then this group has this permission. So if I refresh again, there you can see, because this user is now belong to this group, which it inherited the permission from this dev group. So it can now access the bucket. So you can see it is a much easier way to control whether a user have access. Instead of attaching policies to every different users, we just have a group of permission policies on a group, and then if you can just add and remove user to control the access of a user to the services. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to create a role. So what is a role exactly? So imagine role is kind of like a cap. So you want to give a particular service a cap. So, and the cap kind of like define which access and permission a particular service can do. So I'm going to show you with an example using a service called AWS Glue. So this is a service that used quite often for data engineering, because it kind of do big data processing using distributed computing. So I'm going to take this AWS Glue demo 02. So we don't need to worry about this job. So basically this job is just take one data from S3 from an S3 source bucket, and then kind of like write it into a CSV format in another S3 buckets. What I want to focus on this is to see on the job details here. When you want to execute a glue job, you will need to have an IAM role assumed. So this IAM role need to have a specific set of policies or permission, so that glue can access the data, raw data in S3, execute the glue job, and also write the data back to S3 target path. So what we are going to do is to create a new roles here. So, and then the trusted entity type. So it means what kind of entity can be can use this role. So it will be an AWS service, because it is a AWS Glue service. So, and then I will search for the use case, which is glue. Okay, right, and then next. So here I can specify which permission for this particular role, and again I will start with 0 permission, so I can do the changes for yeah. Again, I'll put demo glue IAM role. Okay, so at the moment for the effect of allow, it doesn't allow any permission. Yeah, so I'm going to create a role over here. So demo glue IAM role, and for the glue job I'm going to change it, refresh it, demo glue IAM role. So once I've do the changes, I can try to execute the job. So I'm going to run it. This might take a few minutes sometimes to complete. And you can see here the job has failed. So if we check on the CloudWatch log, you will see an error log saying access denied. So it means the glue job itself doesn't have the access to the S3 buckets where it needs to read data from. So what we need to do here is to go into the IAM role here. So click on the role. Yeah, what we need to do is to add the permission. So I'm going to attach a policy. So for demo purposes, I'm going to use the full access, so S3 full access, but it depends on the use case. So for production level, normally the ops will normally control this kind of access in a more tighter way, so you don't always get the full access. But for this demo, I will just use for full access. So I'm going to add it. So this row has now this particular permission. So what we can do here is to go back to the job and then rerun the job again. And now you can see the job failed again. However, when we look at the error log, we can see it is no longer the access denied to S3, but it is actually an issue with the glue job itself. So basically, this row doesn't have the permission to execute a glue job. So what we can do here is to go back to the glue row, go attach policy, search for glue. Sorry, glue console full access and AWS glue service role. Okay, I'm going to add these two permission policies. Okay, once it's done, I'm going to run the job for the third time. Okay, now for the third attempt, the job succeeded. So it means, the job failed because it doesn't have the right permission or policy to do so. And now when it has all the required permission, it can be executed successfully. So that's great. So basically, so this is about IAM role. Then so that's basically the basic of the IAM service. So you got the user groups, you got users, and you got roles. And then for users, you can ask the user to enable MFA, just to make sure if they want to log in, they need to have an authentical application on their phone and to receive authentication code before during their login. And also you can use IAM to generate access key, where if you want to access AWS service programmatically or using AWS CLI, then you will need to have that access key available. So that's all about IAM, and I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up, and then don't forget to subscribe my channel, and I will be doing more videos about data engineering, cloud computing, etc. So I'll see you on the next video then. Bye bye.